Hi everyone, how we all doing? Welcome to RPG Limit Break and another final here in the highway to the Zemus Zone, the fifth highway to the Zemus Zone. This time we're doing the final of the Blue Moon Waxing bracket, and we're featuring our runners Funnelcakes and Kyrios. And I am Gameboy F9, and I am joined by Night Dew. How you doing today?
Wonderful! Great day for a final. Game one of the Blue Moon Waxing here. So we are going to have our second champion here. We did have the Red Moon last week here, and again Funnel Cakes, Kyrios, two runners who have proved they can get it done here. And it's just going to be a wonderful match tonight. See an edge in the starting booth already. Going a little light on him there. I kind of do like me a Mom Bomb in a rude spot. I like me an Odin in a rude spot. And I like me a Bigan in a rude spot.
And I believe, well, the officer's kind of a free spot, but most everything else is going to be a bit of a challenge. Let's hope for a really fun seed.
Oh yeah, very much so. And again, one thing I've kind of liked here. Now Red Moon, we kind of got a little bit in with like his starting edges. He'd start out with both short swords and his entire kit here. With the Sea Necky flag on here, we're probably going to go a little bit equipment hunting, but I would be very tempted to maybe hit some early chests, especially with this T Wildish. Maybe see if I could find a ninja sword or two, and just see if I could just excuse me again, and just see if I could kind of get a start that way without picking up our other characters real fast.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a good strategy to me. Real quick, over the next 45 seconds or so, I'll talk about how our two runners got here. Funnelcakes defeated Flanders, Sorbius, Newtree, Frankie Bones, and John Burkhead had to reach the final. Kyrios had to go through an extra round because the brackets were randomly determined. He defeated David, Moleboy, Vitasia, Jabron TR, Gambit, and Cubs Rule. And both of our runners have undefeated records. One of them, well, unless the race finishes under 3 seconds, will have a defeat this evening.
I mean, we have a lot of people in chat, maybe not admins, who would totally go for a tie today.
Yeah, well, we'll cross that bridge if we get there. If we do have a tie situation, but our competition has begun. As Night Dew mentioned, we are starting with Edge, and his partner is Kane. Wow, what a start! And a twin harp straight away.
I don't think they're gonna immediately check that, but we're all hoping they do here. Again, not a bad start with a Kane here. Definitely already leaning towards the Berserker party here, but yeah, potential. And again, yeah, as chat points out, yeah, potential objective. That could be our officer-soldier fight that was staring him in the face. 50-50 on that one.
Yeah, absolutely, and we are now seeing in chat whether we want ties or no ties or what have you, as the Enterprise has been launched on both sides. We're going to go to Mysidia first on Kyrios' side to pick up 2 characters there, but Funnelcakes is actually going to head toward Troya here and going to check out, I'm assuming, the free item. Yes, free item, which is a thing over in the Blue Moon bracket.
Yeah, for those of us just joining us here, as we do see Rosa and Tella over there in Mysidia before we see this bedward check there. Again, there's all the Berserk sources you could ever want, and an anchor, or, other things there. Our bedward item is just a black shirt there. Good for that Tella, not so much for everybody else here, so no key item coming out from that real quick here.
No, well, that's fine. I mean, means you have to earn your 17 out of 17, or maybe it won't be 17 out of 17, but you do have to earn your key items. That's for sure. Kyrios gonna head over to the waterfall. Funnelcakes heading over to Eblin Castle to start checking out those really good treasures, but you risk running into those monster boxes. Sid is the character that joins in the waterfall, and and a lot of pretty good equipment over in Eblan Castle so far. A silk web find over in the waterfall cave. So that's a pretty good find. That'll be very good in future fights. Particularly the Zemus fight is one of those. Now Kyrios is heading on over to Troia to pick up the bedward item. And it's now Funnelcakes going through Eblan Castle. Kyrios is heading through a portion of the Troia cave there, picking up a Somna drop, a Gaia drum. That's a nice starter. Stardust is pretty nice. A strength ring. So yeah, pretty decent treasures here. And we're now going to check out some shops over in Troia. We're not finding too much, I don't think, but gonna sell some items, pick up, well, actually a mute knife is pretty nice. That will help in mage fights for sure.
Yeah, I'm actually interested to see what they started with in terms of edge weapons there. Did he start with a sword, or does he have a lowly charm claw? But again, the one thing I've just kind of noticed here is that aside from like the ogre axe and the lightsaber they picked up, that mute knife there is probably the best bit of tech that both of our runners have found in terms of offense. Yes, the drain spear is great for throwing. The Gaia drum is a wonderful J item for using, but it's just one item here, and the bad thing about that is both of those items have a limited charge. Just start with a silver knife on edge. Not the worst thing you could start with there.
No, and finding that mute knife will also help matters. Another thing that will really help matters over on Kyrios' side, 10 Jill. 10.
And now we have found somebody who needs no weapons here. That's a Palom there, and Kyrios says, yes, send Sid to the bench here, and is taking a black mage, taking the Quack Kid here.
Yeah, that's a pretty good decision in my opinion. I mean, Sid would have been fine as well, but now Funnelcakes checking out the two Rosa and Tella over at Mystidia. So I believe we've got all of our characters except the one up Mount Ordeals.
Yep, we do. Rune Ring and Karate Shirt already in the Dempsey Treasury. This is actually starting to be better than any of the other ones. Another Black Shirt, Blizzard Spear for Kane. That wasn't terrible.
No, not at all. And don't forget the 860 Jill. I mean, that's going to help things out as well. Gonna head on back over to let's see, where is Kyrios going? Yep, gonna go up Mount Ordeals to figure out the last character there. Funnelcakes heading over to the waterfall. I believe he needs to pick up that character over there.
The Blizzard item there, not bad already. Sid would have made a slightly better use of it. We can get it off early with Edge. He'll use his hit point total there. Our last character is a Cecil, which is absolutely wonderful with that lightsaber. Taking up Ordeals, and Kyrios says immediately bye to Kane, so there we are there.
Yeah, we got a pretty good party here as we continue to climb up Mount Ordeals. Gonna check out our first boss here, it looks like. But first, Tella's gonna need to power up just a little bit. And, well, just gonna do some more arranging over there. Funnelcakes completes exploration of the waterfall. He'll move on to his next objective.
Yeah, the double black shirt is actually really good as you can put one on Tella and on Palom at this point here. A third mute knife would be great there too. Again, black shirt, rune ring, and if we had a mute knife for that Palom, Palom be rocking close to about 18. I can't remember if it's 18 or 13. I can't remember if the black shirt is 5 or 10, honestly. And there's Demus. Usually happy to see her, but in this flag set, this is not a bonus round.
No, and it's not one of the 8 required bosses either, but that's all right. This is not going to be a bad boss to fight. I just saw 11 damage only. We got a bluff up over for Palom. We're dealing like 500 damage a hit. That's only the second hit from D-Mist, and I think this is going to be just fine here for Kyrios.
Oh yeah, Ordeals 1 is definitely a place you want to find really physically inclined bosses. You want to find your evil wall like right here. Actually we're gonna throw a drain weapon here for 1100 and get through without seeing a miss cycle. Very well played there. But yeah, again, that spot has like absolutely no physical attack.
Yeah, absolutely agree. It's one of those things that runners do want to keep an eye on. Is make sure you use your items, because you don't get to carry those items over to the next seed. So here comes our next boss. It is the 3 Dark Imps.
I mean, I was hoping for back attack Valvulus. This does not fill me with a lot of joy.
Well, I mean, what are the odds? Well, they did KO Rosa there, but yeah, I do like this idea of Edge putting a flame down, put Palom down to 5 hit points. Here comes the flame, and I don't think that's going to be enough, so we're going to have to keep fighting here. Let's see. It's Stardust. Makes sense to me.
Yep, but going for that Gaia Drum or that Stardust, probably definitely the play here. Should finish up these Dark Imps. And again, as you said, that is exactly right. You cannot take it with you, so may as well get it used anyway.
And there it is. Successful fight over in Kyrios' side for 4,002 points. We have an Odin fight over in Funnelcakes. I'm sure he's pretty glad to see Odin there, because he does not have a lot of HP, and isn't all that quick either.
Both runners not going to be penalized for leaving Kane on the bench here, as Kane Struck is a thing that does exist here. Nope, just going to throw a Thor Rage, get a couple of things in here easily through the fight, as Kyrios is in the Paladin shape already. I mean, Paladin percent, eat your heart out. We're here at 10 minutes and 20 seconds.
I believe I saw a Siren over on Kyrios' side and a Mute Knife over in Funnelcake's side. So, yeah, those we're going to have to look a little harder for those key items.
Well, I mean, we have 3 possibilities left. We've got a full defense, which nobody apparently wants to do anymore. We have a Baron in. That's a required Mom Bomb in the Crystal Room. So, tack on another about 10,000 hit points to that, only 1,000 that you had to deal with here.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's still worth 0 experience.
Yep, I mean, Mom Bomb is a split XP boss anyway, so I'm not really sad about losing that part of it, especially here where, yeah, but yeah, we're just gonna have to sit through an exploding, sitting on Edge's turn, radiant up a flame. And speaking of bosses, if I'm playing this seed, I don't mind just leaving behind. That's an evil wall up on Mount Hobbs. He can stay right there.
You bet. Evil Wall always has the highest speed, highest agility, so it's a really good thing to not see that. Nice little blizzard there by Kyrios, and that's going to be a victory there. Funnelcakes will be defending for Bull in just one moment's time.
So with Possum tracking here, Possum is a long-standing member of the Fade Harp Society here. Did Scala just say, hey, we're going to roll a seed here that pushes us straight at Twin Harp here?
That is very possible. I mean, this is the final, so usually there's little tricks that come around. So there's probably a good chance that we're gonna be playing for 100,000 Jill, and we're gonna be naming that tune. So stand by and get ready to guess.
Yeah, I mean, how many notes do you need?
I can name that tune in. I don't even know what the clue is.
There you go. We just need a little spoiler log of it here, so we can actually play Name That Tune with the Heart song now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we oh, was that Golbez? Yes, it was. We got another required boss, so Funnelcakes will. Oh, wait a minute. Funnelcakes defeated Odin. That was one of the 7 required bosses. So we have 1 boss apiece here.
Yeah, 3 on the overworld here. That's definitely interesting. Cecil came with a bow. Gonna load up a little more defensively. Kyrios, just a Dragoon shield on that Cecil. Doesn't even want him swinging a sword here. Did load stone into the first slot there, and Sid must be wearing that crystal ring now that I think about it, because gonna lose one of these 3 characters that aren't down here. But yeah, Kyrios is gonna be raiding these chests here, has a Cecil, and says, I'm an Eblin, I want a holy sword, and I'm going to put as much heavy armor on this paladin to make sure they don't murder my Tella.
Going to give this monster fight a go here. Gonna try to cast Break, also known as Stone, on our monsters. We'll see if that works out. It is telecasting, so you never know. But here comes the Flame. Flame is gonna average... Oh, that's gonna defeat the Skulls, no problem, because they're weak to fire. And now, let's see if Steelman is taking a break. Sure is. He's off to the break room.
Oh man, other jokes I'd like to say here, but we'll keep it there. We do have the Staleman going down here, and after quite a few levels, because that's decent XP there. Oh my! Kyrios hits Pay Dirt. That's a holy sword, and this is an exit spell coming right up. Kyrios found what he wanted. It's time to leave.
Sure is. Meanwhile, okay, Edge did defeat Golbez there. A little unfortunate that only Edge got the points, which is only like 4,000, but that's all right. He's through. Golbez is counted toward the 7 required.
Yep, so we definitely hope here Kyrios does head over to Eblin to actually take those. Does find a Legend Sword, our first key item at the full defense here. Still not our hook, as, again, for people who are just tuning into this tournament, the Magma Key is, it's taking a vacation. It's gating our underground access, so we are forced to rely on a lowly hook to get us underground here until we find the Magma Key, in which then we can get underground. Wink, wink.
Well, yeah, I mean, again, this is a final, so I suspect we'll be finding the Magma Key sooner than later if I had to take a guess.
Yeah, Funnelcakes has not got the news about that Cecil yet, as Kyrios does find an Odin here. Odin, unfortunately for Odin, about to have a very bad day is... Oh, okay, yeah, Kyrios tried to down that Tella Edge, completely whiffed there. That's interesting. But Funnelcakes picks up that Cecil and tells Sid to take a hike.
Yep, absolutely. So we are doing a little bit of repeating here, so I'll just give a quick little ad, so to speak, for the runners. Kyrios does mostly free enterprise on his stream, so if you really like free enterprise, and I think a lot of us watching do, you can definitely follow his channel. Funnelcakes, he also does mostly free enterprise, but looking back in time, I've noticed he's done Final Fantasy 14, Street Fighter 5, if you go way back many years, Half-Life, and Dota 2. So, that's pretty interesting. So, for those who are interested, definitely follow our runners here.
Oh yeah, definitely talk a lot with them both here. A couple of them, yeah. Again, these two have been around for quite a while here, so it's kind of good to see. Yeah, again, we're kind of good to see new people, kind of good to see old people, just good to see people in general here as Funnelcakes goes and finds the Demus fight here. And oh, we got a Lunar Sparkle. Oh my, that's 4 on the overworld. Scala, did you hide the rest of them, or did you roll us a Jez Seed?
Wow, at this rate, we're not even gonna go to the underground. We're just gonna be like, boom, we're done. Dang. D-Mist Falls over in Funnelcakes side. Successful fight there, and I think we're gonna say the same for Kyrios and Pale Dim and score those 1,200 points.
1,200 experience, and the knowledge that, you know, hey, if you're in Kyrios' shoes, that's 3 bosses, and it's gonna probably just head straight over to Ordeal's next. Does get another cat claw in those 2 chests. Taunting just a little bit, maybe, but yeah, no Yang.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have, let's say the Fubul Gauntlet here. What do you think? Here we go. We're gonna find out. Am I right? Okay, I'm wrong. It's Octoman.
Okay.
That would have been absolutely hilarious if I was.
Yep, and again, Kyrios doesn't mind seeing that because, hey, you know, Octoman was resistant to that Crystal Sword, and you know, hey, it's just you want a Crystal Sword Cecil to do Crystal Sword things, so you don't want anybody who gets in the way of doing that. So, yeah, that's totally fine. Funnelcakes is just kind of blitzing through these Dark Imps here, and the good thing is you can kind of leave Cecil down. And was that a Ninja Sword seriously in the first pot at Baron N?
Wow, isn't that something? And we are now going to fight the Elemental Lords at a whole 600 hit points. I think this is going to be, you know, a very difficult fight. Yeah, no, never mind. Elements is gone. No damage.
Close there, just 400, but yeah, Crystal Sword Cecil says hello, good evening, good night.
And now we have D Lunars on the follow-up.
Yeah, see last night.
So normally swinging the sword here is not the best idea, but because Cecil has a crystal sword and D Lunars are weak to crystal swords, that a physical attack is perfectly fine here. And Kyrios is through, smooth as you like. There's the hook.
All right, so I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. You have the hook. You have checked everything else all there. So Kyrios does know that other than the Fabul Defense, which we do know has the Legend Sword, you have a Crystal Sword. Do you go check that harp, or are you diving underground right now?
Well, I guess it depends on if Kyrios. Well, one of the factors would be is Kyrios leveled enough? Is he confident to take care of all those bosses down there, more difficult bosses? And I think he is. I think he is trying to pick up the hovercraft. Yep.
Yeah, that's picking up the hovercraft. Kyrios is saying, music maybe later. I've got a race to win. I'm heading straight up to the going underground, leaving that harp stashed in the pack for later. Little do they hopefully know, we just hope like the harp right now is like Baron Key gating 2 bosses, so they have to come back to it later.
All right, we're gonna check out the item store. Usually this has better items than other stores, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to see in a little bit. Kyrios is cleaning out inventory, getting a bunch of money, and we do see sirens and hourglasses.
Yeah, this is the first gated shop that you can generally find. Now, if you got Darkness Crystal, you could go take a look at the Hummingways on the moon, which would have a gated shop as well here. But yeah, all these anything underground, Eblin and the Moon, and the Baron Weapon Shop, because that's gated by a key item as well, will have better stock than anything else in the game here. So again, the big thing here is Kyrios is headed straight to this hook route, 21 minutes. Then again, you have a Crystal Sword Cecil, so very few things actually scare me here, and a couple of the things that would really scare me, say like, that Odin or that Evil Wall, are already off the board.
Interesting idea over in Funnelcakes side. Pop the Siren to bring in 2 Liliths to score 11,000 experience points for Cecil. Cecil gets double points because he was 5 levels lower than the median of the party. So he wound up getting double that. So very interesting. We have Yang at the end of the cave or the Tower of Babel that Kyrios is in.
Yeah, I was speaking of things that scare me on this route. This is not one of them. I mean, Crystal Sword Cecil already makes things some free, but I mean, now you can just script kill him and just kind of walk away and giggle.
Yeah, exactly. Normally that spot is like 20,000, 30,000 hit points, something like that. It's up there, but in this one, it's gonna be like, well, after 3 attacks, 1 hit point, I guess. All right, Funnelcakes. Oh, I'm sorry. Funnelcakes going into Baron and picking up the Ninja Sword in a moment. Go ahead, Knight 2.
Oh, runs by the chest of the pot. Does not pick up that Ninja Sword. Rather unfortunate, even though I get it. There's Kyrios 1 spot away from where we really wanted him.
Yeah, this is not going to be an easy fight. Ouch! Tella has been KO'd, although that's probably exactly where you wanted Tella to KO there, so a little bit lucky that way, but here we go. Thor Rage is not going to be enough, but that will end the wave.
Yeah, that was well timed. Had it queued up well before the Gathering the Water came in, so yeah, no wave. That just goes with physical attack, and the way Cecil and Edge are swinging here, that's about 4,000 queued up damage here with that second Crystal Sword Cecil swing here. Only roughly about 6,000 in this position, so even though Kyrios is not hiding inside the shell yet, not many hit points left, so that wave really isn't going to do things.
Yep, Kyrios playing a very good fight. Wave did queue up there due to that high agility, but it dealt 20 hit points to everybody, and that will be a victory there. Meanwhile, successful fights over in Funnelcake side, and he has now received the hook. We'll see if he pursues the Tower of Babel and etc., etc., etc.
Yep, Kyrios down on Kyrios' side, and now Funnelcakes has a much more interesting proposition here. Still does not have that Crystal Sword, and still has one carp available, and is checking other boss slots here. So I assume the waterfall is going to be checked after this, and should get boss parity, finding that Pale Dim in the waterfall here.
All right, Kyrios KOing Tello there after the free heal. Trying to bring back Telem. Unfortunately, it's not working, and just going to have to... And he accepts his losses and defeats Yang.
I would say ouch if I were hit for 1,800 damage with a Crystal Sword as well.
But hey, 25,000 experience points and 4 levels for a learning burst, which is a very important spell, so nothing to be ashamed about there.
Not at all here. Funnelcake's not going to have an issue with this Pale Dim fight here as well, but again, Kyrios is just kind of running straight through the seed. And the big thing is, it is a bit on the back of that Crystal Sword here, where it just does so much here that... again, it's just carrying Kyrios real big. That's a Mega Sisters in the top of Lower Babel there. No tower key. I mean, I know we're only still at 2 key items at 25 minutes, which is a really wonderful time for diving down, by the by. But yeah, on the airship, on the Falcon at 26 minutes. That's extremely fast.
Yeah, right. So far, I would say Kyrios does have the lead here, although we don't know. I mean, well, now we kind of know. Funnelcakes is going to pick up the hovercraft and will go down that path. Kyrios is, I'm liking this. I think is he going to pop some eggs or pop some sirens? Excuse me. I believe so.
Yep. Meanwhile, Funnelcakes is landing outside of Eblin Castle here. That's extremely good for Funnelcakes here, as Funnelcakes should be getting to Crystal Sword parity. I missed that Stardust Rod pickup.
Yeah, so did I. And I was correct. Kyrios is popping some eggs, getting some very quick experience, and Quake Kid is online.
Yep, and this is the exact chest, so Funnelcakes going to be extremely happy here in a matter of seconds.
Yep, and that flame is going to deal short work to the skulls, and Tella is going to KO himself with Virus here.
Yeah, a little different than the stone that came out on Kyrios' side there. Didn't get there fast enough. Quack Kid a little faster on the Virus there. But again, it's Tella. I mean, you don't need to worry too awfully hard.
No, not at all. There goes Cecil, and similar to Kyrios, immediately exits out. Another egg defeated over in Kyrios' side.
Yeah, with those Sirens, Kyrios could just be like, again, endgame levels here, we're not really dealing with a hard mage party, so we don't need to slingshot like a Palom or a Rydia straight to 50 and get that nuke. I mean, we already have nuke. We have nuke at home. It's called a Crystal Sword.
And we're going to check out the job. Occupational Therapy Assistant is the job dwarf today.
Yep, I'm guessing Kyrios is maybe just looking for more ninja steel at this point. I mean, at this point, I think I have all I need here. Gonna head to, well, I mean, maybe it's, financing, maybe I want some Bacchus wine. None in there, however.
Picking up 99 carats. Interesting.
Let's just give a shout out to esteemed runner X Pancraz. 99 carats. He would be applauding here. So when he watches this back, yeah, that is definitely a Pancraz move there. 99 carats to go in your inventory.
Amazing. All right, Funnelcakes heading down. Cave Evelyn here, Kyrios finding some coffins, and gonna sell some items to afford some of those coffins.
Yeah, haven't seen much of the many of the bosses there that have been vulnerable to said coffins. So those coffins are still a good pickup, even with the offense that this party is good to. So again, we see, like, especially that Baron Guards fight, we do have either the Baron Guards or the Officer Soldier. We have seen Dark Imps go by. I can totally think right now. But yeah, there's a couple fights those coffins could still make sense, or even on certain Lunar grinds as well here. But again, another Moon Sparkle, but there aren't any Moon Sparkles left on the boss list, so... Oh, hi!
Yeah, hi indeed. Oh, this is a Wyvern, and this is very good already. 2 Star Veils, 3 Star Veils up, and are we going to get the 4th? We will not, but I think that is okay. Is that going to be... Yeah, that's a victory. That is totally fine.
Yeah, Kyrios wanted... I mean, you kind of just want at least one there, just, because one would have done it. But we do have Dwarf 2 behind this, so we do want to have at least a standing party here in case it's something that can just kind of down an edge real fast. So, yeah, good work keeping a couple... Oh, no, it's just the back of Dwarf is all Mega Nuke all day. So, yeah, Wyvern into Bahamut.
That's amazing. I love it. But, yeah, don't have to deal a lot of damage to Bahamut, so I'm going to quickly get a slash in. Oh, no, we're not quite done. I think we need one more, but... Yep, another victory for Kyrios. Yeah, there it is.
Yep, 3,000 at Dwarf 2 there, so yeah, just enough there from Edge. 20,000 XP. And again, between those eggs and Cecil and Edge already getting to above around 1,500 hit points there, Kyrios should be well kitted out for whatever direction he wants to go. But, I mean, at this point, we really have... We've really got Sheila 1, we've got the top of Achilles Tower, and we have the Fey March. Well, we could go with that Twin Heart that, is just kind of sitting over there, but again, if this turns out to be like nothing, or, like a Sand Ruby or something like that, at this point, what do we do?
Well, let's see, our key item is Drum roll, please. The Darkness Crystal. Very interesting.
I heard our runners like wide open spaces. Oh yeah, that's right. We do get a twofer here. The warp glitch is on in Blue Moon. I still forget that myself. Hey, I called that Sand Ruby. Just one slot too late, but who's counting, right?
Well, I do like numbers, so No, Funnelcakes, very good job defeating Kenazo there, and will soon defeat Yang for sure. Meanwhile, Kyrios is gonna head down the land of summoned monsters.
Yep, gonna head down here. I would assume Kyrios, unless we do see a boss that is on the list between these two here. Probably just gonna bounce right out. That Darkness Crystal just opens up so much, but I mean, looking at our key item chart here, we have one boss checkable at Zot 1, but one behind there. One that could be in Baron. It's a 50-50 that it's in Baron, but 2 boss slots behind there. One behind the Tower Key, one behind the Luca Key. There's the Adamant. So Funnelcakes, as soon as he checks the Fey March freebie there, will have a forge, and that's wine. That's Bacchus wine in the Fey March. So Kyrios in everything must go territory here, because hey, that's Fey March wine. We definitely want some of that.
Yeah, absolutely. And gonna proceed, and I'm kind of thinking we definitely, well, obviously we'll check the 2 bosses down there, but we haven't had a lot of key items yet, so we may have some required Fey March bosses here. I believe that's how the key items work, right?
A little bit until that Darkness Crystal showed up. That's 8 boss checks right there, and with us knowing the location of 4.5, let's say, and oh wow, that's never mind. That King Queen Evelyn is totally going to be taken just because it's completely and utterly free.
Well, these are very good spots for these bosses. And although we still have plenty of fun bosses still to come here. So hang on, stay tuned right here on RPG Limit Break.
Oh yeah, just a couple Fire 2s, Fire 1s heading out, doing tens of damage. But yeah.
If that. All right, gonna give a quick shout out to Passamorpheus, our tracker today. Out a very good run over through the Red Moon bracket in that tournament over there, and of course our restreamer Scala Kitty, one of the head engineers of our community. And we'll probably say more as we get toward the end and all that good stuff. But always a pleasure to work with everyone, including Nightdew, our co-commentator. So my suggestion is you follow everyone.
I mean, follow them, follow the other racers. If it has to do with free enterprise and you like it, there are plenty of people who are out there running it all the time. And as I do believe the ladder just began again as well, as we only get a white shirt out of the King Queen Evelyn. So again, effort put in. Yeah, you kind of like to see it, I guess. But Kyrios wants nothing to do with that other Lunar Sparkle. I don't blame him. I wouldn't either, because we already know it's either Plague or Ogopogo. Those are the only 2 left.
Yeah, those aren't fun fights. A little bit less fun of a fight over here on Funnelcake side. 4 runners or 4 heroes fell down the Y side, and I really love this strategy. So throw the light sword and get it done and dusted, and that's exactly what has happened.
Yep, 7 damage to spare, but that's all you need. Again, actually, it did come out a little on top in terms of Star Veils. Though, also to be fair, about the only boss left that you really totally want them for is Asura anymore, so it is what it is there. But Kyrios is going and priming Sheila 1 here, and probably is going to turn that into a... probably going to do the full defense while he's up there. Probably going to see that Golbez, and then Kyrios has some decisions to make.
Yeah, that Darkness Crystal, as you said, Nightdew, 8 boss checks. So That's a lot of boss checks, but could be some nice challenging ones as we head on through here. We better hope that some of these bosses are high Baron keys or twin harps.
I mean, we've already got the twin harp. We've got twin harp at home.
Yeah, I mean, we should check twin harp. That's my vote. But anyway, Kyrios now going to defend Fabul. All right.
Top off for Golbez's comedy hour here. I hear it's actually pretty good, but you can't hear anything over the bouncer of that Shadow Dragon.
Yeah. Gonna defeat Tella. Make sure Tella and Talum. So that'll increase the chances of. Well, actually, it's there we go. Cecil and Edge. That's who's gonna fight Golbez, and probably with much success, I wager.
Oh yeah, really heads up there in terms of just knowing you're that much faster than the spot, knocking down exactly who you want to keep up there. And honestly, while Kyrios may not be able to do the 1800 with Edge, he's going to have an extremely bad day when Cecil swings.
Absolutely. Funnelcakes now going down the land of summon monsters, and he's going to check out those checks.
Yep, I would say probably going to do about the same thing Kyrios did. I don't really see Funnel taking that Lunar Sparkle. No need to, honestly. Probably going to get that white shirt from the King Queen Evelyn again. It's really hard to pass up an utterly free boss at that location. And it kind of feels like Funnelcakes did get a little bit behind here, but it also feels like, yeah, down a little bit of grind, but Funnelcakes seems to be making up some time here.
Yeah, and Kyrios summarily defeats Golbez with one swing of the Crystal Sword, quite frankly. 6,100 damage. that hurts. We are now
doing his sworn nemesis, his brother there. Spoilers for a nearly 30-year-old game here. Has a penchant for being a paladin and swinging around holy sticks that you would find some way to mitigate your weakness to that, but no.
Alright, gonna check out the first spot. It's a rat tail, so I imagine we're gonna be checking that out before we do much of anything else, if I had to take a guess.
Yeah, with so many key items still gating bosses here, it's any free checks I would absolutely just kind of lay on here, as Funnelcakes is taking the King Queen Evelyn fight, going to get the I mean, the white shirt's a good item, don't get me wrong, just not what our runners are looking for. Kyrios is headed to to pick up the Enterprise, of course. Needs the good airship to pick up the hovercraft here.
Yep, exactly what we're going to do here, and we're going to indeed turn in that red tail in just a moment's time. I believe we're about ready to say goodbye to the King and Queen of Evelyn again. And here comes the rat tail turn in. It is... Ooh, the tower key. Interesting.
Well, that might keep me on the blue planet a little while longer there. Man, do we want to do like a half tower? We know the top of the tower is the Mega Sisters, and while not super threatening up there, it's again, if you're key item hunting, you want to take it, but it's the half tower is kind of feeling a little like an interesting play here.
Yeah, I can believe that. There's the white shirt acquired, the Funnelcakes, and I'm imagining we are going to say goodbye to the other boss as Kyrios goes ahead and climbs Lower Babel.
Yep, it is going to check out the weapon shops here, but yeah, Funnelcakes is pretty much down the Sheila 1 check here. A few levels and a Sheila 1 check, and that's about it.
Yeah, so, I mean, I would... Yeah, well, let's see what happens here as we go along. Kyrios continuing to climb and is going to be checking out the super cannon spot. Funnelcakes looks to be... I stand corrected. He's going to go all the way to the top and check out that key item. Funnelcakes now grinding eggs.
Crystal Sword Cecil, plenty good for this. One swing, one poached egg, or however you like your egg. I mean, I'm assuming the Crystal Sword is a multi-purpose cooking tool as well, because why not?
Yeah, no, poached is very good. Sunny side up is good as well. Scramble is good too. Yeah, they're all good.
Yeah, I mean, I could go for like a bacon and cheese omelet myself, but yeah, all those sound great, and now I want dinner again.
Well, it is Tuesday, and well, I will be having steak tacos for dinner. But anyway, here we go. Magnus Sisters for Kyrios. Gonna pop a Bacchus wine, and that's probably gonna be making short order here in just a moment.
Yep, gonna swap Tella here. I'm pretty sure Edge might still have that mute knife hanging around there. If so, they're not exactly in a good spot. I mean, they weren't already, let's be fair, but
yeah, that fire 2 really hurt. I mean, 184 damage. Let me tell you.
Edge still totally has that mute knife coming in for about 4k on a non-berserked target there. And I don't think they're actually, I don't think I've seen a full moon or a boomerang there, so Edge is not back road.
Yeah, and the front 2 sisters have already been dismissed. Sandy, yeah, you're a little late in awarding another wall, but 26,000 experience points for Kyrios.
And survey says on the key item, oh wow, that's interesting.
Well, the interesting continues to climb here. Let's say Kyrios gets the magma key from the from the super cannon. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're not really worried about the 10 key items here, but again, that's a 50-50 shot for the person who handed over our key item at the beginning of the game to be our 5th confirmed boss here. But let's check out this tower key. Was Sheila one worth it? And I mean, that's just a Mylon, so maybe?
Well, I mean, it's not going to take very long, and here comes the flame that's going to dismiss the gas, and we're going to move on here. Funnelcakes completing his grind, at least for the time being. I'm going to go down and go through that route of visiting Yang.
Yeah, I mean, I am assuming Kyrios is heading. I don't care what Kyrios gets at this point. Unless it's a very cheeky Earth Crystal and you want to go ahead and do like just kind of Router's Delight, Twin Harp into Earth Crystal into Baron check, I guess?
Well, all will be revealed in about a minute, because you are not allowed to warp out of Lower Babel. You have to actually walk it out. That is how it works in the vanilla, and we keep that in Free Enterprise.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they just kind of realize that, hey, we put this trigger here that starts this cutscene when you walk out, but they just exit over it, so we'll just disable the spell. That'll show them.
Yeah, right. You can just say a mysterious force. Ooh, Funnelcakes is unlocking the big whale.
Yeah, that's really interesting, and Funnelcakes goes straight to the moon. I'm not sure if Funnelcakes feels maybe a little bit behind. Maybe that's what the eggs were for, saying, I just want a little bit of power. I want to go straight to the moon here, between these 2 giant checks and those 6 on the moon here. This is an interesting play here, because Kyrios is almost definitely going to head to Baron with that key from, I guess not Keyless Tower anymore. There was a key now, but again, sad, neither runner's forged, no scrap metal for either one of them.
Yeah, a little bit surprised though, because the reward at the bottom of the tower was the pan, so he could have bopped Yang up in the head with the pan there and got another key item, but he decided checking out 2 or 3 boss fights was a little bit more valuable, and I think I can see his point here.
Yep, Funnelcakes did raise the Lunar Whale here, but is going to stop over, check that key item here, and yeah, Possum putting it out here that really we only don't have eyes on 3 bosses, Zatu, Package, and Sealed Cave. So, I mean, if you're playing the numbers here, um, I mean, to be fair, I mean, this doomed to be in my match here because I played those same numbers. But I mean, what's the chances of 2 out of the 3 bosses you're looking for going to be behind key items? And it's not very good.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Will this be guards or will this be officers? Let's find out right now. Oh my gosh!
It is what our runners are looking for. So following Sheila 1, definitely the play. So Funnelcakes going to find that tower key, which he just picked up there. Looking to do about the same. Now, the question is, I mean, I know I brought it up earlier, but oh, I didn't find it yet. There's a rat tail there to find the tower key. But again, I'm like, I could have totally made a case running the half tower and still can. I mean, without the confirmation bias, but yeah, the half tower would not be a good play at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. And the officer and the soldiers fell down a crack in the earth. They fell down the deep ravine, even though that deep ravine is in Mount Ordeals, it still happened. And we move on to our second boss.
We can just pretend Palom warped them to the nearest deep ravine while casting Quake. He's probably good enough to do it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe we are going to fight Leviathan.
Yeah, we're gonna fight Leviathan. He's just gonna give us access to the Baron bin, as I believe it is now as is now called there. As Funnelcakes is gonna give us our first real big divergence here. We're gonna get some harp music here. Funnelcakes, man of the people here.
All right, amazing. This is awesome. And hey, it could turn out to be a really good idea as Leviathan is defeated over in Kyrios' side. So here we go. We're going to play 100,000 Jill. Name that tune. Here's how it works. You're going to hear a tune from Edward. First person in chat to guess the tune correctly will win 100,000 Jill. Nice and easy, right?
Fully simple, yes. But yeah, again, back to the race a little bit. That's going to be huge here. I really, after Baron, especially if this comes up a little bit of a zonk here, I mean, I still do have the Baron basement there, but if this comes out nothing, there's not really much pointing Kyrios at a Twin Harp check here. So, maybe Funnel gets paid here, gets something to pick him up from being a little bit behind here.
Our key item is the package. Well, isn't that interesting?
Yeah, now we're down to exactly 2 bosses that Kyrios cannot access, as Kyrios is off to check something, but we're gonna just hold a little bit of radio silence here as DJ Spoony B comes up with today's big hit. I am actually a big fan of that track there. Do love me some Chrono Trigger here. Funnelcakes does get the pass, which makes this a little tie neutral, but look what Kyrios has found at Zot 1.
Yeah, wow, what a gamble there. Going up the Tower of Zot. Oh my gosh, that really works out. One more boss, and Kyrios will be in go mode. Amazing. Um, Meanwhile, Nathaniel has won 100,000 Jill. Please let us know in chat what you will do with the cash.
I mean, that's half a crystal sword in S Wild, I believe.
Yeah, that's true. Or 1/5 of an adamant armor. Isn't it like 500,000 in free enterprise?
Yeah. Now the good news here, it's I can't remember exactly. I want to say it's like 190 or 230k, one of those there. The good news for Funnelcakes is Funnelcakes is actually replicating this play, is headed up to check Zot 1, so is not going to be behind that Baigan at the very least. The big thing here is you're 6 out of 7 bosses. You're Kyrios. You have a crystal sword. And you have 9, 10. You have 10 key items. I'm going to the moon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you sure are. Oh, but first we're going to go underground. I think we are going to... Oh, actually, we might crack some more eggs. Yes, we're going to crack some more eggs. Do the nice, quick, easy 68,000 experience every fight. Makes sense.
Yep, gonna get free XP. Again, that's I did see like about level 38 on the Cecil. Kyrios does not need that much more power here. Yeah, a little bit more beef on the Rosa and Edge here. But again, with this party setup, especially like White Shirt, some of the other items they found, I'm not really afraid of much on the moon here, especially with some of the bosses that are gone.
Well, Kyrios is surprise, and I always find this funny. Oh, you get surprised by a boss that you summoned with a siren? That just doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I mean, I'm going to assume here. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of headcanon here for a moment here. That I'm sure you played Earthbound, correct?
Yes, I have.
So, what I'm just going to say is we are surprised at getting back attacked because we are not expecting the mock pizza guy to be delivering these eggs here.
Oh, that's what it. Oh, it's got to be what it is. Yep.
They heard pie, they delivered egg. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure who called them. I'm guessing it's Palom.
Nathaniel in chat said, lots of cabins and carrots will be what 100,000 Jill will buy this person, so that's pretty cool.
I mean, that is a lot of housing and a lot of food right there. Definitely going pretty good there here. And now we have... Uh-oh. Funnel is headed to the moon. Now, did pick up one of those bosses. Does not know about the Baron key here. Did get the tower key and is defeating it. Funnelcakes is headed to the moon.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Could be Fabul Gauntlet and Dark Elf on the moon, in which case we're good to go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't entirely hate the play, especially if you feel a little bit behind here. But again, if there is only one of those two bosses here on the moon, Kyrios is solidly in the driver's seat. Of course, it can still be on, we haven't checked the package. We didn't check the Baron basement as far as I saw. Kyrios did leave that one behind as far as I can tell here. But, yeah, Funnel needs exactly both of those bosses here. Otherwise, Kyrios is in the driver's seat here as we do get into Cape Bahamut, and that could be the Fabul Gauntlet right there. It could still be Water Hag. We haven't found either blue robe yet, but, yeah, here we go.
We gotta pursue it, and it is the Fabul Gauntlet. Ah, yes, it still remains one of the best flags in Free Enterprise, where runners have to demonstrate how they deal with regular fights.
Yeah, now the big thing here is now hourglasses were for sale and work on every one of these fights here. Crystal Sword Cecil just going to get things done, but just to say anything here, I mean there's always value in the Bahamut stand. Kyrios heads to the whale and seems to remember that, hey, I didn't check the Baron basement. Heading back there now, that's actually good for Funnelcakes if the Zong's here. Any more time that Funnelcakes can get here, checking out, and I'm going to guess will, with 6 bosses here, be base checking that moon as well here. But again, one real quick. I mean, the K Bahamut check is kind of dear to my heart here. My first group in Free Enterprise was the K Bahamut there with Rivers McCown, Dark Paladin, and I want to say Big Dunka, actually, if I recall, where was that group there. But anything there, we just say there is always value in the Bahamut stand. Only Baron guards at the basement there, so Funnelcakes still safe.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kyrios is now going to go to the moon. So, Night Dew, I did give you about an hour to think of this over. So while we quickly have some time to talk about this, I have mentioned, I asked my co-commentators always this question. This is the 5th Zemus zone. Not a lot of communities make it to 5 tournaments, so let us know over the last 4.5 years, and you've been on this Discord for a very, very long time. What are your favorite memories throughout the last 4.5 years?
That is a ton of them. I can't put it down to one here. But as we go, I will say being in the first restream tie with Rivers McCown in that first Zemus zone. One of my first races there with a very mean Asura that I somehow got life locked, not even really kind of trying for it there, was also good. But I think like my favorite one, and I apologize to Judge Infinius, who was on the losing end of this one here, but taking a Cecil, Iridia, 2 Edwards, and a Tella to a fight, and playing Whack-A-Mole with Edwards there, doing kind of reverse Eddie strats while a Berserk Cecil did all the work. They're just throwing Cure 3s. One of my favorite fights there, but yeah, there's a whole lot more than that. It's been, again, 4.5 wonderful years, and hopefully many more to come still.
Oh, I imagine we're going to have many more to come, that's for sure. Funnelcakes.
Real quick, one more time here. Dissatisfied there, saying there's this Oops All Cecil seed, and one more I guess I really get to go on here. The World Series of Free Enterprise and the Oops All Porum seed. That was fun.
Oh, all Porums. Oh, that's amazing. My goodness. World Series of Free Enterprise. Oh, that takes us back for sure.
Yep, Kyrios didn't make it there, and the big thing here with the King Ryus, I'm not trying to cut you off too much there, but yeah, this actually really kind of helps Funnelcakes if he can find that Dark Elf here. This pretty much kind of renders those eggs that Kyrios did a little moot. This is a grind right here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is going to make Kyrios very, very powerful as we head on off to the remainder of the game. Like, if Kyrios needs to find any more bosses, it's pretty much... Did he? Wait, is he at 7? Oh, he is at 7. I think.
That'll be his 7th. The Officer Soldiers in the Baron 1 is what Funnelcakes does not have. So, nice Hanzo steal there for our Edge, who is just happens to be in the party. But again, this is a race against time for Funnelcakes, as Funnelcakes will likely be just face-checking the rest of this moon, just pulling every boss. Now, again, this is Dark Elf. So the thing is, if we find that Dark Elf, Cecil is going to do exactly quad 9s with every swing of that sword. It will not be a long fight.
Yeah, but 100,000 experience points, and Palom just learned Medio, so... Oh my goodness, and still have a couple fights to go.
Yeah, mid-40s here at Funnelcakes' levels here. Again, and not really, taking the time to rest here. Usually, if you're on the moon and like this in an hour, you're feeling pretty decent about yourself here. Now, the big thing also is that, again, Kyrios is just going to get more out of these fights because of the 10 key items that Funnelcakes does not have yet. Now, if Funnelcakes gets really lucky and it just happens to be like on the Mirror Altar, like he is headed towards now, Funnelcakes can always exit and use that pass.
Yeah, but he pretty much needs to hit this match pretty much right now. Maybe he can get a second, but anything like that, and it's probably gonna be it. We still have one more fight, 2 King Ryus coming up.
Yep, just a water hag. If I thought I had a little bit more time, or I had 10 key items, I would think about taking that. That's a fast fight, but again, Funnelcakes saying, I've got everything I need. I'm just going to check every boss I can throw my face at here. And again, it is probably, I would say, oh, Cecil got Cecil got paralyzed there, so got a little bit more time here. But is probably, I would say, only a matter of maybe a minute ahead between the exit spell flying out here. So again, Kyrios does have to make the walk, but with Kyrios' party here, which I mean, Cecil and Rosa is basically got all you need here.
Oh, Crystal. The crystal has been acquired, and I believe the magma key also got acquired there. But Kyrios also. Oh.
Magma key was talking for us. It was telepathically. It's somewhere on this moon. It is calling for our runners, saying, "Hey! You need to get underground. I'm your guy."
Well, I do also have to say, because I do like my Dragon Warrior memes, Kyrios also acquired 190,000 experience points with those 2 King Ryu fights in that life cast there.
I love that I got that.
Yeah,
I do work a little bit of Dragon Warrior randomizer on the side, so I'm always happy to see it there. Funnelcakes, maybe a little bit more. I remember last time I timed a walk down all the way to the Zemus altar. It was about 2 minutes and 20 seconds from the top, give or take a little bit there. Funnelcakes is gonna have time for a few resets, but needs to find that Dark Elf in one of these 3 places. There he is!
Oh, this has gotten interesting. This has gotten very interesting. Yes, Funnelcakes can go straight to the final boss. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, and again, with Funnelcakes, again, it's Rosa's got 246 here. Probably gonna get a little bit more, assuming Dark Elf doesn't do anything silly, as Cecil just, again, quad 9s all day. Doesn't need to do anything else. Again, this is a party where you can just straight up swag walk the Z, and why not here? But down goes this Dark Elf here, crystal in hand for Funnelcakes. As Kyrios is entering about LST5, by the time the fanfare plays out, this might be a foot race.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the advantage. I know you mentioned the crystal sword, but I think, well, they both have crystal swords, so I think Kyrios has the advantage, even though I think they're gonna be going in virtually high 5. I think. Oh no, he exited.
Okay, he's exiting, and
because of the pass.
Yeah, he got the pass. This is roughly time neutral, I think. Kyrios is doing a little bit of does not swag walk, does do the save here. This is interesting. I don't know if this is faster. And possibly saying yes, this is about slower by 30 seconds. Yeah, I might have just swag walked there. Okay, so here's the thing here. We have Crystal Sword Cecil, we have that, and Kyrios is pretty much announcing here a moved white and nuke into slots there that Kyrios is going for, that Kyrios is probably going to be going straight hybrid here, if I had to guess.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Well, we're going to do some final equipment modifications as well. We're going to move things around. Tella's going to go to the center, make sure that keeps Roma's quite slow, rearranging some spells. This all's taken some time here, but it is now time. We are now starting to see some Z flags show up in chat. It is time for the ultimate question, the answer, or the question of life, the universe, and everything. Night Dew, take it away.
Whose kick are we going to butt today? Wait a minute. Okay, no, really, whose butt's getting kicked today? Because it's a crystal sword, it's getting kicked here.
No doubt about that. Kyrios will be taking the lead here. And once for the second consecutive commentary for me, I have to keep track of 2 Zeromus fights.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of liking a little bit here. If I am Funnelcakes here, and actually if I'm either one of them here, I decide right now, I am going to lean on power couple and edge swinging. Rosa throws a Cure 4, maybe that's it. I don't want the animation speeds of Nuke or White getting in the way of Cecil just continually swinging.
Well, here comes our sprite, and it is. I don't know what that is. Funnel. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. This is again. This is a finals match, so we have curated Z sprites. We have curated everything. So we are gonna. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is apparently Funnelcakes' FF14 character. And might I just say, as a fellow Vieira player, I approve.
Absolutely amazing. But it does look like Kyrios is 13,900 hit points ahead of Funnelcakes.
Yes, and that is up. Yeah. Okay, that is the kid from Bastion apparently on for Kyrios' avatar there. But yeah, as we're saying, both sprites do not have a hat. In case of Funnelmus cannot even wear a hat.
White has bounced off of Funnelmus for another 60, so we're up to 27-7. The Nuke did bounce off, and Kyrios did not bounce off for Funnelcakes. And oh my goodness, I'm really struggling to keep track of the HP counts right now.
Yeah, Kyrios definitely ahead here. Funnelcakes is gonna need something like again, it's just basically, if I were these two, I would almost be controller down at this point. I don't want to add any more animations to the pile here, and that might be exactly what Funnelcakes is doing here. I do see White and Nuke queued up for Rosa and Palom there. Again, a Cure 4 coming out for Rosa on Funnelcakes' side, but at this point here, yeah, Funnelcakes' Palom does definitely not have Nuke. But yeah, just let that Crystal Sword Cecil and that Masamune Edge just do their thing.
Yeah, this is going to be really close. I remind you that if our runners finish 10 seconds apart, we will have to put this into administrative review. And if that administrative review winds up under 3 seconds, then we will have to run this race from the beginning. I don't think that's going to be taking place, though. Kyrios is now under 20,000 hit points, if my math is correct.
Yeah, I gave up trying to count their hit points a little bit of time ago here. Man, this is definitely hard here. I don't think either one of them really finds another Big Bang here. That might have just been a fake shake there for Kyrios here, who is just letting them go here. But there's the Reflected Nuke. There's the Crack Boom. There is the GG's for Kyrios. Well played here. And
wow.
Unfortunately, Funnelcakes just a little bit behind, but especially not by much here. I'm kind of interested to see, definitely in phase 3 there, because that's not a counter nuke. Oh, actually, is that a counter nuke that just came out? I was not watching that hard there, but yeah, yeah. Again, I just wanted the nerf there.
Yeah, I think that's what we were going for. But Kyrios is our winner today at 69 minutes and 40 seconds. That is a really fast seed, especially for Blue Moon bracket.
Yeah, that played out exactly how Funnelcakes needed it. It just wasn't enough. And there's the GG there. There's there's a dead Zeromus there. But while it wasn't, within 10 seconds, it was within 37 seconds. That's again, with both of these runners. With the divergent pass they took here, yeah, just a testament to both of them. And with that ping here, we are joined by our winner today, Kyrios. Well played. Oh, Funnelcakes as well.
Yeah, good game, everyone. That was one heck of a race. We'll start with Kyrios here. Tell us your thoughts on this seed.
Wow, I mean, I thought I was in pretty good shape given that the Baron Key and the Rex banner both hit, and it turns out I was, but maybe not by quite all that much, because it looks like Funnel played a great seed too. I can't wait to watch it back.
Yeah, the big thing here, and I'll kind of go here. Funnelcakes, I guess what I'm really going to ask you here is you got that tower key from Sheila, or you got from the Rat Tail by the Sheila 1. And you decided to head straight to the moon there. What was really, did you feel behind at that point?
the Rex banner hitting, I was at 5 of 7, and I'd say there's 2 on the Moon and Giant with pass in hand, and so that's where I was going. I was done looking for key items.
Yeah, fair enough. And that was kind of the big thing here. Kyrios did maintain a fairly solid lead that Funnelcakes was biting into little by little there at the beginning. Did have that Crystal Sword in hand well before Funnelcakes did. And we said, we just needed that Dark Imp there. So imagine our surprise when it pops up in the White Sword. And yeah, you were... roughly had about the same length as the Romus fights. You were about 30 seconds apart going in, so yeah, just a wonderful amount of parity and an extremely well-run race by both of you.
Yeah, absolutely, and yeah, can you all believe it? Like four, what is it? 5 bosses happen to be on the blue planet. Is that right?
I think it was at 6 with Officer, right?
No, 2 on the 6 with Officer, 2 on the Moon. Yep.
But yeah, that was a stacked Moon. I was going underground wondering if we had places to be tonight, and it turns out we did.
I mean, while Scala rolls interesting seeds, there's that surprise jet that comes by, and especially again for runners of your caliber here, sometimes that's even the more hype race there when we just have to be like, okay, here's everything, go fast.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you get the darkness relatively early in the underground, and you're in a position where you know that the Baron Key has at least a 50-50 chance of value, and you really have to balance, because there were a lot of other spots we couldn't get to too. Like, it was not inconceivable that Baron 1 was the boss we needed, and then there was only 1 spot on the Moon, which drove me to clear, I think, maybe a little more than I should, but thankfully it paid off.
And the same thought kind of was my Moon play is, Tower was only the 1 shot, even with it being a key item location. With the power I had, I could blitz through pretty much most of the remaining bosses on the Moon pretty easily if I was gonna start digging for key items.
Yeah, that's kind of a big thing. I know that's definitely the biggest choice to wrestle with in these flags here, blue or red moon. There, just when do you go? Where do you check? Yeah, it's been kind of interesting for people who've just been playing this forever, like pretty much everybody in this room here, just how much the paradigm has been switched from, man, I better get these key items just in case, what I need is behind here, to, oh wow, we're just throwing our faces at bosses and hoping it sticks here. But again, that's again a very well thought out win here, Kyrios. Did you guys have really any kind of strategy changes going into game 2, or is it just kind of continue to play your game and may the best person win at that point?
For me, a lot of it depends on what kind of seed it is, right? Like, you're looking at these blue moons and the ones where you have the Crystal Sword Cecil at like 16 minutes and you eventually get Bacchus. That's almost a completely different seed from the ones where you don't have that, which in turn are a completely different seed from the D-Machine seeds. So you really just kind of have to play it by ear and try and make the best decisions in the moment. And I think that's actually my favorite thing about this flag set, is that it definitely rewards kind of live revaluing of what do I do next, should I be clearing or face checking and everything like that.
Yeah, and that's kind of my feeling, is playing it, just play it by ear. I don't want to come in and mess with the practice I've made with over the past however long I've been running these. I've kind of got a feeling of how I want to approach different variations and quick choices I want to make, and that's kind of, I don't want to throw a wrench in it this late in the game. Yeah,
I totally get that. And again, I mean, with the times turned in here, again, 109.40, 110.17, you guys definitely prove why you both are in the finals here. So again, an extremely well played match to both of you, and yeah, definitely looking forward to seeing anything else. Game Boy, you have anything else you wish to ask here?
I don't think I have anything else. Just good luck, and we will see you tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.
Great, thank you, Game Boy and Night Dew. Thanks, Possum, and of course, thanks, Scala, for all the magic that you do as well.
Yeah, thank
GG
you all.
Funnel.
Thank you, GG's to you as well, and thank you all for coming and watching. I hope Game 2 is just as exciting.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. All right. As I mentioned, the game 2 will be at 7 o'clock Eastern tomorrow, right here on RPG Limit Break. But in the meantime, we have Woo Bear and Rex Banner over in the Red Moon bracket. That is an elimination match. So that is the Red Moon waning bracket. So please stick around. That's going to be a really fun race, and that is rating the free Enterprise channel. So we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. So for our runners, Funnelcakes and Kyrios, for our tracker, Possumorpheus, for our restreamer, Scala Kitty, and for my co-commentator, Night Dew, this is me, Game Boy F9. You've been watching RPG Limit Break. Please enjoy the rest of your evening.
Good night, everybody.